So let's re-rate your words. Contended, adhered, haphazard, dupe, gaiety, denounced, deserted, and zealots. Once you have done that with your plus, your check, or your question mark, will you please share with your teammates the word that perhaps you guys all have in common that you know well, and hopefully there are lots of them, and more importantly, the word that you guys all have in common that you're still struggling with. And that's going to be the word that we write our sentence, our meaningful sentence for today. Okay? So go ahead and discuss that after you have re-rated your words.
So we didn't know well.
Should we do denounced or haphazard?
I don't know what either of them means. So, a monster in his room, but no one ever believed him.
I just said that he saw a really big monster in his closet.
I put Connor always contended he saw a monster in his room, but nobody believed him.
Basically the same thing. Connor always contended that he saw a monster, but no one believed him.
I like the way that they rate their words and have a chance to talk to their teammates about words they might already know and words that they're not familiar with. I would like person number 1 in each team to please share a word they knew well, a word that they struggled with, and the sentence that you guys came up with to practice that unfamiliar word. Okay, fantastic. What was a word you knew well?
Deserted.
Deserted. What was a word that you're still struggling with?
Dupe.
Dupe. Okay, and what was your sentence?
We must dupe the children on Halloween for their candy.
Take their candy from them. That's a good sentence. Excellent. Give your team a point. You guys worked well as a team. I appreciate it. I want you to preview the text. I'd like you and your partner to decide, is this literary or is it informational text?
Well, I know this is informational text because when I look through the pages, all I see is about tsunamis and damages and and it's a graph right here. Bar graph. Bar graph.
Oh, avalanche.
I see.
Bro, that's mine.
What's that? Definitely tornadoes.
The students are really starting to own their graphic organizers. That instead of a teacher giving them a blank copy, then they fill in the blanks, they have to create their own.
T-chart because... no, not a T-chart.
A web.
Yeah, more of a web type thing.
Because of the...
A web or a sequence chain? A sequence chain, a web because a sequence chain wouldn't be good for this. It doesn't explain the steps.
Let's think about the Tigers process. The first step in the Tigers process is the T. And for the T, what are we looking for? What's the T in Tiger stand for, everyone?
Topic.
Topic. Okay, so let's flip through and try to figure out what's the topic. What do we think the topic of this book is going to be?
What
into this part of a storm. Tracking the storm.
Flying into the heart of the storm, tracking the storm.
Okay, Little Piggy, seat 2. What do you think that the topic of this book is?
About how hurricanes are formed and the destruction.
Okay, yeah, about hurricanes, about how they're formed, about what they do. Yes, very good. So I'm going to read the first paragraph, then I'm going to get someone to kind of restate what the main idea or the most important part of what I just read. And then we're going to see if we can keep going and start adding stuff to our sequence chain. Lightning flashes in every direction. Sudden gusts of wind toss the plane about as if it were a matchstick. The 6 crew members are strapped into their seats with safety harnesses. All the scientific equipment is tied down. All right, about going into a storm. Okay, yeah, I think that it was telling us how this might be a dangerous thing to be flying into a storm. It says that the plane was being thrown around like a matchstick, and then it said that they had to strap everything down, so there must be a lot of turbulence. But let's keep reading and see if we can come up with our first step on our sequence chain. Okay, so we're thinking about visual information. Visual information. What's some of the visual information that we saw today, Zach?
Pictures and videos.
Pictures and videos. So remember, we're using text, which is what we read, and visual information, which is what we saw. We're putting those together to come up with a conclusion. All right, let's draw some conclusions.
What do you think, Abby? What conclusion did you guys draw from this information here?
Since they draw these diagrams, that this has happened a lot, and they've averaged the amount of money of usually how much it costs to fix the damage.
So it's how much it cost. And did you happen to notice what year they were talking about?
Yes, it was 2006.
Excellent. So what conclusion, if I were to look at this bar graph, what conclusion can I draw about the cost of these natural disasters?
Well, they cost a lot of money because it's in the millions.
Okay. Which one do you think might be the most expensive one?
The flash flood.
Excellent. So should we add that to our graphic organizer?
Yes.
Excellent. I think we should add it. Give your team a point. Thank you for sharing.